Oh yeah, Cat, we here, man.
Yeah, hell, man.
Man, welcome back to No Excuses, man.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Cat, man. Before we go any further, you know what you got to tell the good people at home watching it what to do, man.
Man, like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Hit the post notification button when you know, so you know when we post, man. Comment on the videos if you like, man. Keep running us up. Hey, this year we got to take off.
So, check this here, man. Since last week, we done had a lot of playoff football that took place, college and NFL, right?
Yeah.
So Thursday night, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish defeated the Penn State Nittany Lions and punched their way into the national championship, if I'm not mistaken, by a final score of 27-24. That was Thursday night. Then you fast forward to Friday night, the Ohio State Buckeyes defeat the Texas Longhorns 28-14 in the other semifinal game. So that sets up a national championship between Ohio State, Notre Dame. Right now, last time I checked, Vegas got Ohio State as a 9.5-point favorite, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I checked earlier today. So, to you, I say this right here, man. Give me your thoughts on the national championship, man. How you think this game go? With a prediction and a score.
Man, coming into this game, man, you look at Ohio State from top to bottom, they got everything. They ain't really slacking in no position, no area on the field. They just top to bottom been the best team in this playoffs thus far. Um, they got a unicorn in Jeremiah Smith. You know, he had a rough game last game, but you can look for him to have a better game this game. Um, Downs come from us, come from Bama, so we already know we already knew what that was anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, um, $20 million $20 million was money well spent with Ohio State this year. You know what I'm saying? Looking at Notre Dame, like I say, they a team that's built on, defense, running the football, kind of boring style of play. You feel me? You got Marcus Freeman, which I think is a hell of a coach, and he playing against his alma mater in the national championship game, which is cool to me. But yeah, man, I'm just looking at this game, man. It's hard for me not to go with Ohio State. I can see why they favored by 9.5, man. Just the simple fact of when this team is locked in and they playing their best game, man, there's not many teams out there that can match up with them, man. Like I said, they from top to bottom, it ain't too many teams in college football that can, go tit for tat with them, you feel me, with all the talent they, not even just the talent that they, you feel me, got from the portal, the talent they retained. People talk about the players they got at the portal, but they retained a lot of players too from last year's team, man. And then you bring in the veteran and Will Howard. I was kind of sketchy about him in the beginning of the season because I was just thinking, well, he might be decent, but I need to see him in a like with the spotlight on him with a big stage. 'Cause I never seen him play on the big stage, so I didn't really know how to evaluate him. You know what I'm saying? Then Kansas State, I watched them a little bit, but I didn't really watch them. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch Ohio State or something like that. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really know how he was going to end up being, but when he playing, when he actually at his A game, but he is throwing to some motherfuckers too now. That all play a factor too, but he still got to get it to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Just off that, based off that, I think it's how it was with when they this probably the most talented team they had since that 2014 team that they had that year they won the championship in the first stint of the first year of the 14 playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So how ironic will it be for them to win it? And it's the 12 team playoff first year it being implemented into college football. So with that being said, man, I gotta go with Ohio State, man. I got Ohio State winning the championship, man. I think it's just a mismatch to me. I think defensively, Ohio State is very elite. They play at a very high level. Um, that secondary is second to none. One of the best probably the best secondary in the country. Um, that defensive line, they get after, they can get after the quarterback. They got very good pass rushers. I like Jack Sawyer. I think he legit. He gonna be good in the pros. I believe he gonna be able to transcend in the pros. Um, yeah, man, I gotta go with Ohio State, man. I just think they're the more ultra talented team. I think on the outside, I don't think Notre Dame got a. I don't think they're gonna have enough to be able to keep up with the weapons that they got on the outside. That's the advantage that Ohio State got over them. I don't think they, can match up with that talent for talent. And then talent for talent wise, come on, man, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So I'll go with Ohio State to win it, man. I think they gonna do it. They gonna start how they did with the 14 playoffs by winning it the first time. They're gonna win it the first time with this 12-team playoff. When it being the first year it being implemented into college football. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ohio State, man. I just think it's their time. I mean, you paid all this money for this team. You've been a step away every year. So I think this is time. That they finally conquered this year. Like, I think it's their time finally. I got Ohio State winning. I got to go with Ohio State score prediction. Um, I think this can get out of hand. I'm not gonna lie. I got it. I got it 42-17. I just don't see. I don't see how Notre Dame going to accumulate a lot of points in this game. Just they play style. I just can't see them scoring a lot of points in this game. I think Jeremiah Smith and Melka Book. I can't never get the boy name right. Number two. Ain't he number two?
Yeah, Emeka Ibuka.
Emeka Ibuka, yeah, him. I think they're gonna run wild in this game. I think the running backs. I think everybody gonna have a good day, man. I think everybody gonna eat good. I got Ohio State winning by a comfortable margin. 40. I say, yeah, like I said, 42-17. That suit me well. So yeah, I say 42-17 Ohio State.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this, right? And it's before the season started, I predicted Ohio State to win the national championship over Texas, right?
Yeah.
I had that for the Natty. We got it for a semifinal game. Okay. I didn't have Notre Dame nowhere near this game, right?
Yeah.
I like Marcus Freeman. Think he's a damn good coach. I think Marcus Freeman has Notre Dame right now currently more likable than they've ever been in my life, just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to be fooled by, I think, what's trying to be set up in front of us. I'm not taking nothing away from Notre Dame. They've shown me they're a well-coached football team. I think they're a good football team. I think they're a solid football team. I think where the problem comes in this game is kind of simple for me, man. I just they don't have the athletes on the outside for me in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I think they're better up front in this game. I think the
Yeah.
only way I think Notre Dame only has one way they can win this game, and it's Pittsburgh Steelers low scoring defense. Ohio State going to turn the ball over 2-3 times on the plus side of the field, and you got to take advantage of that to get points. Not saying that can't happen, because it can, but I struggle to find matchups, personnel, position groups where I think Notre Dame is better at. I think Ohio State is better at quarterback. I think at running back, while I like Jeremiah Love, he don't equal Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins. Ohio State all day at wide receiver. While I think Notre Dame's defense is good, I do think it's a good defense. It might very well be the best defense Ohio State has played all season. Maybe other than Texas, they just played offensively. Ohio State struggled for a bit in that game, so that could hold a little weight. But even then, I think Ohio State's defense is better. I think Ohio State got the best defense we've seen in the sport since Georgia 2021. I firmly believe that. I've been thinking it. And so for me, I'm with you, man. And I know they already say that a lot of what we do on here is, man, we agree far too damn often, to be honest. But just in this particular spot, man, I can't go against nothing that you said because I feel the same exact way. And I can't pick Notre Dame to win because I struggle trying to come up with a way that I think they're easily going to put points on the board. Why do I say that? I've watched Notre Dame throughout these playoffs. Notre Dame offensively didn't tear it up against Georgia. What happened in the Georgia game? Gunnar Stockton, they had a strip sack fumble right before halftime inside their own red zone, basically. Notre Dame throws a 15 to 20-yard touchdown pass. They score off of that. Out of halftime, open the kickoff to start the second half. Notre Dame on the kickoff back. Go watch Notre Dame offensively against Georgia. They didn't play very well.
No.
They did not play very well offensively against Georgia. Fast forward to last week, the Penn State game. In the first half, they didn't play very well.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a good 4 to 6 quarters worth of mediocre at best offensive football, and you're playing the best defense in America. I don't see how Notre Dame goes in and wins this game. I think, honestly, at this point, Notre Dame has become a better story than actual football team because me, for one, while they're in the national championship, and I give them a lot of credit for that, I'm not trying to take nothing from Notre Dame. I promise you I'm not. I think America is actually rooting for Notre Dame, but crazy as that sounds, because a lot of people really don't like Notre Dame, but there's more people that I would assume don't like Ohio State than Notre Dame. So I think the whole $20 million roster thing from Ohio State, what they, what's reported they spent on their team this year, for some reason that rubs people the wrong way. Not me. It's they damn money, spending how you want to, and if you spend it and you end up with a national championship for it, it fucking worked. I ain't got no problem with Ohio State spending $20 million. Not me. I don't. That's the game now, nigga. Spin it or sit in the back and watch me spin it. I ain't got a problem with Ohio State doing that. I think it's genius. And if you know, like I know, when you sitting around and you following this sport, your favorite team better start getting their money up. It just is what it is. That's just what that's no longer where we're headed with college football. We're there now. It just is what it is as far as that goes. Yeah. But back to the game, I'm really trying to come up with a way that I think Notre Dame keeps it competitive. Because I'm be honest, man, I think this just comes down to this Ohio State team been together for 3-4 years. Emeka Ibuka, Travion Henderson, Jack Sawyer. I can't JT Toa. I can't pronounce his name. And 44 other defensive end. This group has been together, man. Cody Simon, Laser, that's safety. That's the Ransom. Lathan Ransom and say this group has been together for a long time. Did I say Denzel Burke?
Nah.
Denzel Burke. This group has been said. I remember watching that group early. CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud. We finna talk about him later on in the goddamn show. You know, they just want a playoff game. So this group has been together for a while. They've been. They've been to the Big Ten championship because they've been losing to Michigan, but they've had the Michigan losses. Even lost again to Michigan this year. I think that turned them up for this playoffs in a way. And truth be told, going back and watching that game and thinking about the way that it went, I feel like Ohio State should have won the ball game. Defensively, they gave up. It wasn't much. They missed a lot of kicks. I saw Ryan Day went in there with the wrong mentality. He wanted to try to play bully ball with Michigan and not utilize the talent on the outside for whatever that was about. But since these playoffs, I said whenever they played Tennessee, I watched them in the first half, and I said, oh, Remember, we were sitting there watching it. Me, you, Pops, Fours, Uncle Mario, watching
Yeah.
Ohio State, Tennessee. And I remember watching the first half and the first couple of drives, and I went to thinking, I think I might have even told you, this the Ohio State we've been expecting to see all season.
Yeah.
This is it. Whenever you
Yeah.
look at Ohio State, man, whenever the game starts and they show their starting lineup, defensively, it's a whole bunch of goddamn red shirt juniors and seniors and red shirt seniors. And the youngest player on their starting defense is, Caleb Downs, who's probably the best defensive player in America.
Yeah.
That is a special unit they got on defense, man. You take that into account. They bought back players that easily would have been NFL draft picks, a la the ones I just named: Jack Sawyer, Denzel Burke, and Mecca Abuka. So just to name a few, they bring those guys back. You go out and get the best running back from the SEC a year ago in Quinshon Judkins. He's been damn good for the Buckeyes this year. You go and get an experienced quarterback in Will Howard, who played while at Kansas State. He played in a lot of football games. Now, I think I might have been with you. I might have been skeptical because I wanted to see him as far as just in these bright lights, I guess, so to speak. But I never questioned his talent if he could play it. Now, I watched Will Howard play enough at Kansas State. He can play. I picked Kansas State too much on my sheet to not know who the hell Will Howard was. I've been knowing who he was before we came to Ohio State. I just followed the sport that thoroughly. So for me, with all that said, man, if I was a bet man, and I'm taking Ohio State. I'm laying the 9.5 points. I can't see where Notre Dame has an advantage in this game. I think the only way Notre Dame can win this game, you got to force 2 or 3 turnovers and deep in their own territory, in Ohio State's territory, because for a team like Ohio State, even a turnover, their defense is good enough to get the ball right back for them.
Yeah.
I think what Notre Dame does well, they can line up and run it well. I will say this. Notre Dame stylistically is extremely close to what Michigan does as far as lining up and running down. So, and Ohio State lost to Michigan. So stylistically, I could get, Notre Dame can keep it close. I'm just not sure. This national championship, this group came back together for this moment. And this moment in specific, I think Ohio State gets it done. I'm be honest, man. I was hoping the 12-team playoff prevented this, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because I would like to see a thriller, a very good national championship. I don't think we get it this year, man. I think last year's championship game with Michigan and Washington was a dud. The one before Georgia TCU was definitely a dud. I think we get a third dud in a row. I don't think this game is as interesting as people probably gonna hope for it to be. Give me Ohio State, man. Give me Ohio State. 34-10. 34-10 Ohio State.
But a dragon in 34-10, like a drag, like
Yes.
it's gonna feel like 65-10.
Yeah, I don't, and too. I hate the too, man. My nigga, man. He's Notre Dame guy. I can't see it. And I will say this fact, he don't know this yet because I ain't told him yet. But you do know next week if they win it, we got to let Tom come on here and have his moment.
Yeah.
We got to let Tom come on here and have his moment, man. We're going to have to. But that's what I got for the national championship, man. I like Ohio State big. I can't see what Notre Dame keeps it. I think this one of the games where the talent gap shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I agree.
So, moving on. Oh, hold on, man. Hey, y'all get in the comments, man. Let us know who y'all got in the national championship, man. Ohio State or Notre Dame. But anyway, man, moving on. Fep. The divisional round of the playoffs. Wild card weekend is over with. Divisional round. I'll be honest, man. This kind of when the playoffs really start for me. Because in wild card weekend, we don't really see many upsets happen too often. So, but nonetheless, the divisional round of the NFL playoffs is here. The first game up, man, Saturday. I think it started at 3:30 our time. I want to say it's 4:30 Eastern time. The Houston Texans go on the road to take on the back-to-back defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. The quest for a three-peat officially starts Saturday. Who you like, man? The Chiefs favored by 8.5, if I'm not mistaken. Who you like, man? Kansas City or Houston?
Well, when I'm looking at both of these teams, man, quarterback play is, both good quarterback. Well, one great quarterback, one is a damn good quarterback in C.J. Stroud, and I think I got all my NFL picks right. Q, I think I
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I did too.
I went undefeated. Yeah. 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 C.J. Stroud, like I say, man, he a baller. I can't. You feel me? Take nothing away from him. You know what I'm saying? Will Anderson coming off the edge, a problem. We already knew what he was going to be anyway. And man, that nigga get out his stands fast too, man. He get back there super fast. Like,
Oh,
that shit crazy. Will Anderson.
oh yeah, yeah.
He still get off the ball fast. It seems like he be jumping off sides, but nah, that nigga just get off the ball that fast. But it's hard for me to go against, man, Mahomes, man. The experience that they got being in these big games like this, man. Quest for a three-peat, you know what I'm saying? Um, they getting players back healthy. I think all of them healthy now, ain't they?
For the most part, yeah. And they coming
Yeah.
off a bye.
And they coming off of a bye, man. They done had time. You done gave, Andy Reid time to be able to dial some stuff up on you, man. He one of the best in the business at doing so, if not the best in the business of doing so. Um, Travis Kelsey in the regular season was kind of, not really doing what doing what he do. But in the playoff, in the postseason, he turned into a different animal. So expect that. Travis Kelsey coming. Yeah, man, it's hard for me to go against the Chiefs, man. I like the Chiefs in it. 8.5 points is kind of, I don't know, because the NFL, that shit be hard to them points. That's a lot of points in the NFL, man. But I do like the Chiefs to win that playoff game though. I say they win by maybe 7. I think they win by 7 by a touchdown. Um, I got to give a score. I got to give a score.
It's up to you, man, if you want to.
I really ain't got no score for real. For real, I just say Chiefs win by 7. I think they win by 7 though. I think Houston cover the 8.5, but I think the Chiefs win by 7. I just can't go
Um,
against them, man. Not right now. I can't go against them, man.
Kansas City. They'd have been the I want to say it's 6 or 7 straight AFC championships. They're one home win away from making it another one. Give me the Chiefs. Man, I think they
Yeah,
cover the 8.5.
yeah.
I think they cover the 8.5. I think the Chiefs roll Houston. I do. Moving
Okay.
on. That's the one seed in the AFC. Moving on. One seed in the NFC. Detroit Lions at home hosting the next superstar in this league, Jay Daniels. Washington come to town. Thoughts on that one? Washington, Detroit.
Man, hey, I'm with Detroit. Detroit should win this game. Don't go in that bullshit now. Don't play with your food. Because that youngin, he on the rise. He didn't put the league on notice this year. That Daniels, man, Daniels gas, man. You know what I'm saying? So I say the Lions win. I think the Lions will win, man, but I think it's gonna be closer than what people think. Closer than what they experts think. Put it like that. They'll win though. I like Detroit to win.
Detroit played in the NFC Championship a year ago in a game that I think most of the general public believes they should have won against San Francisco. Questionable coaching at the end by Dan Campbell. Blew it, should have kicked the field goal, went forward, didn't get it. Like, we remember how it played out. And Dan Campbell had a quote after the game saying, basically, we might not ever get back here because we finna start getting everybody best shot. And they went from that mentality and that follow with them to now they're currently the 1 seed and have home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. Jay Daniels, young rising star in this league. I picked him to beat Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay last week. Him being a rookie quarterback to do that on the road in his playoff debut. I think that's only been done 2 other times in NFL history, if I'm not mistaken, by Russell Wilson, I think. And I think maybe by either Joe Flacco or Mark Sanchez. It ain't been done many times. Yeah. So, man, that lets you know Jay Daniels is on a very short list of quarterbacks that are able to accomplish that. I just don't – I'm being honest, man. I don't think Washington right now has the personnel. I don't watch Detroit enough this year. The offense, it's potent. And I think David Montgomery come back. I think David Montgomery is back to go along with Jamil Gibbs, Jameson Williams, Amon Ross St. Brown, Sam Laporta. It's a whole lot of firepower in Detroit. Jared Goff at home in the dome. Give me Detroit, man. I think they cover the spread too. I do. Yeah. I like Detroit by 10. I think Washington do make it an interesting game for a while. I think eventually, man, playoff experience. Goff been to a Super Bowl, been to an NFC Championship. Who do I like more out of the 2 quarterbacks? Jay Daniels in this spot. Give me Jared Goff at home in this spot. Though, I like Detroit. I like Detroit to win and cover. Give me Detroit to win and cover, man. I'm gonna say 33-23, Detroit.
Okay.
All right. Now, hold up. Now, might be finna get tricky. Let's see. I want to see what you ever do. Because we both called this the other week. Now, let's see what you're going to do with it this week. Sunday, 3:30. LA Rams go to Philly and take on the Eagles. Matt Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Sean McVay, Nick Sirianni. Rams defense playing good ball. They balling right now. Philadelphia defense been pretty good all goddamn year. Playoffs. Who you like, man? Rams, Eagles. And I think what I think could end up being the game of the weekend. It could be. That Bills Ravens probably gonna be and should be, but I think this game right here gonna be it should be a damn good game.
On the sneak tip.
What's that?
I said it should be the game of the weekend on the sneak tip.
No,
like on the sneak tip.
Yeah.
This might be controversial. I like the Rams, man. I like the Rams.
Here we go.
I like the Rams. I think the Rams will upset people. I think in the playoffs, man, like I said, I think Matt Stafford a better playoff performer than Jalen Hurts. Okay. I do. I like Matt Stafford in big games, man. Matt Stafford done showed me in big games. He show up in big games, man. And Matt Stafford a baller, though, man. He just ain't in the playoffs. Like, Matt Stafford can ball, bro. Like, he beat Brady. You feel me? In the playoffs. You know, but it's an older Brady, but that's Tom Brady. You feel me? I like the Rams, man. Like I say, Matt Stafford. I believe in Matt Stafford. I think Sean McVay is a better coach than old boy for the Eagles. Nick Sirianni. I think Sean McVay a better coach than him, man. I think Sean McVay gonna put on the coaching display, man. I think coaching was gonna win. I think quarterback play for Matt Stafford and coaching. And the way that the Eagles play, they formula, you feel me? They done won a lot of games doing that. I think this weekend they're gonna have to score some goddamn points this weekend. I do. I do, man. Like you said, the Rams defense been playing good. You feel me? And I think Matt Stafford gonna carry them over the top, man. I do. I like the Rams, man. Give me the Rams.
Oh, man.
Rams in the upset. I say 27-24. Rams.
Okay. Walk-off field goal.
Walk-off field goal.
Okay. A couple years ago, when the Rams won the Super Bowl over the Bengals, I think I might have got on Facebook. It wasn't too long afterwards. Maybe the next day, the following week, it was somewhere around whenever they won their ring. And I said Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer. And I still believe that. Because I think the problem I have with when we discuss quarterbacks, most people, is that they get too much credit for wins and too much blame for losses. Because while he was in Detroit, Matt Stafford been this good his whole career.
Yeah.
He's been this good his whole career, right? Like Stafford didn't just
I like Matt.
In 2021,
I like Matt.
He's been a damn good quarterback. So I'm also with you. I think Sean McVay better coach than Nick Sirianni. Although I do think people give Nick Sirianni a lot of flack for no reason. They won a lot of games. Like Nick Sirianni, you can't definitively right now find a reason to tell me why he's not a good head coach because they won a lot of games.
He's good.
You know,
he definitely good.
So I'm with you. I do think McVay is the better coach. I thought the Rams defense put on a clinic the other night against the Vikings. Albeit Sam Darnold and Jalen Hurts don't even belong in the same conversation to me. But that was still a defensive clinic that the Rams put on, man. I thought the game plan, they doubled up on Justin Jefferson, the corners pressed, a lot of man coverage. I thought what they did was extremely smart. I'm not sure you can defend Philadelphia like that because Sam Darnold can't run when your back turned against the man coverage. He can't hurt you to the same degree that Jalen Hurts can. I think Minnesota got a slick, underrated group of skill guys. We always Justin Jefferson. We know who that is. But you got Jordan Addison. You got T.J. Hockenson. You got former Green Bay Packer Aaron Jones in the backfield. Like the Vikings got weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
They ain't got Philadelphia weapons.
No.
This Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, Dallas Goedert. If it ain't the best, it's second behind the Lions. As far as offensive line in the NFL, I'm not sure which one is better. I might would give Philly a slight edge in that, maybe, but I don't know. Because Penei Sewell for Detroit at tackle, that dude, a freak of nature. But when I look at this matchup, I think the home field advantage and the veteran leadership in Philadelphia gets them over the hump in an absolute I think a very good game. I would not be shocked if the Rams won this ball game. Like I don't think your prediction is crazy by no means. It's probably seen as the hot take, but for me, that's not that hot of a take. I think the Rams, McVay, Stafford, playoffs, been there, done that. It's championship pedigree in the building. They know what that's about, so I can't take that from the Rams. I just think Saquon Barkley, a little too much. Give me Philadelphia at home in a very close ball game, man. 28-23. No. 28-21, excuse me. 28-21. Philadelphia Eagles. And a damn good one. A
Okay.
damn good one. Okay. 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 Now we here. We here now. We here now.
Oh yeah.
We here now. The biggest game of the weekend. The biggest game of the weekend. The winner is more than likely, and we will know by Sunday, the winner is more than likely going to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs in what Nick Wright refers to as the Arrowhead Invitational AFC Championship played in Kansas City. It's the Baltimore Ravens on the road at the Buffalo Bills. It's Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson at Josh Allen. It's the number one and number two players being talked about for the MVP for all season. They clashed in a playoff game. They played in the playoffs before. Josh Allen got the better of Lamar the first time. I want to say this was the 2020 NFL playoffs or 2021. I really can't remember. But they played before, and the Bills won the game 17-3. Lamar going for his get back. It's Ravens at Bills. Fat. Who going to the AFC Championship, man? Who going to the AFC Championship? And who is this game more important for? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
I think both teams, man, both heavyweight quarterbacks, man. But man, both heavyweight quarterbacks, but the Ravens got somebody that Buffalo don't got. 2 words, man. King Henry, man. I gotta go with the Ravens, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm with Henry, man. I think I get Lamar. I get the Lamar. I understand it. I understand the MVP and all. I get all that. But hey, I'm riding with Henry, man. I gotta ride with Henry. And it ain't just because it's Roll Tide. You know what I'm saying? He come from Roll Tide, but it ain't even about Roll Tide. I just think Henry gonna be too much, man. I do. I think gonna be too much in this spot, man. I like the Ravens. I think the Ravens advance and go to the AFC Championship. And I think this game, for me, means more to Lamar Jackson. Because you went and got Henry now. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that, you feel me, to go with what you was already doing. You know what I'm saying? You went and got another key weapon. So you in position now. You in position. This is the best running back in his generation. You feel me? So I think it's Lamar. I think it's Lamar, man. Lamar done won too many MVP. He done won two MVPs? 3?
Two. Going
Two?
for a third one.
One for a third one. This, hey, only thing that's missing on his resume is what we all want for Lamar. I think the whole hood want Lamar to win the ring. Let's be honest. The whole hood want Lamar Jackson to win the championship. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what he missing. I think if he don't at least, play for it in the AFC Championship, I think it's a failure, bro. I do. I think it be more to Lamar, man. I think it is, bro. I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens, bro. Because at least Diggs is gone for the Buffalo Bills, but the Ravens added Henry, bro. So I think the Ravens gonna get it, man. I think it means more to Lamar, man. I do. I like the Ravens. King Henry.
Man. Man. Oh.
Ooh, this a heavyweight.
When I think of Lamar Jackson, man, I think Lamar Jackson has officially become the greatest dual threat quarterback of all time. I think he took that title from Michael Vick, right? I'm with you. The whole hood behind Lamar. Kind of like at one point how the whole hood was behind John Morant. Not saying that the hood still ain't behind John, but I'm trying to use an analogy. I'm with you, King Henry. We know what Derrick Henry is. Man, you saw what I put on Facebook the other day. I think he the best running back of this generation, and it's not debatable at this point. Marlon Humphrey, built by Bama, some more Bama in the building. I'm not sure the status of Zay Flowers hasn't been determined yet because he had got hurt in week 18 against Cleveland. He was out last week. There were reports that he's probably going to give it a go. So I'm monitoring that, keep my eye on that with Zay Flowers because he the Ravens' best wide receiver. Then I'm looking at Buffalo, man. I'm be honest. Josh Allen been pretty damn lights out all season.
Yes, sir.
A superstar in this goddamn sport, man. I think between Lamar, Allen, and Burrow, they're all between those three. They're competing for who's the clear-cut second best quarterback in football right now, behind obviously Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Buffalo at home. Dude, this tough. This is tough right here, man. But I feel like last week when I watched Lamar against Pittsburgh, that's the best he looked at me in a playoff game. He looked like a regular season Lamar Jackson to me last Saturday night against Pittsburgh. You got Derrick Henry, turn around and hand him the goddamn football, let him do what he do. I think the Ravens defense is playing extremely well right now. Granted, Pittsburgh offense leave a lot to be desired. We all know that. But the Ravens defense has been playing well down the stretch. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, the two tight ends. I think Baltimore has a little more talent than Buffalo. I think Josh Allen performing the way that he has this year. Remember, they let Stephon Diggs go. They let number 30, Gabe Davis go. They got rid of their one and two receivers. I do think Buffalo's running game now is better than it's ever been with James Cook, the rookie running back out of Kentucky, Ray Davis. I like Dalton Kincaid and Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, the two tight ends for Buffalo. I like the Keon Coleman from Florida State stepping up at wide receiver. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Shakir, the other wide receiver. But Buffalo got pieces. Buffalo has pieces. Buffalo just don't really have the household names right now for me to feel confident picking them to win this football game. I'm going with Baltimore, and I'm be honest, and I got one more reason, and it's kind of petty. It might be petty. I got a Ravens hat. I ain't got no Bills hat. I will have my goddamn Ravens hat on Sunday. Give me Baltimore to go on the road and get back to the AFC Championship, set up a rematch from last year. Baltimore goes into Buffalo. If I'm not mistaken, the name of this field is Orchard Park, if I'm not mistaken, or some shit like that. I think Baltimore goes into Buffalo and wins the ball game on who's been struggling all season, which don't even make sense to me, on a Justin Tucker walk-off. Justin Tucker walks it off for Baltimore, man. 31-28. Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson back in the AFC Championship. I think Baltimore go on the road and get it done. I think in a damn good one. Give me Baltimore. Man.
Yeah.
I trust Baltimore's personnel and coaching a little bit more than I do Buffalo. Just a little bit more. I think it's going to be a damn good game, though, man. I can see Buffalo winning this game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good one. Give me Baltimore, though, man. 31-28. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That it's going to be a fun weekend of football, man. I ain't going to lie to you, man. Whenever people say, and I can't lie on people, whenever we say that the NFL is not better than college football, or you know what I'm saying, we just all agree that college football is king because it's more entertaining. I understand all that. Make no mistake about it, man. When we get around this time of year, divisional round, conference championship, and Super Bowl, ain't no like NFL football, man. This the best football to watch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
The NFL playoffs, this shit they got good now, man. But
yeah,
speaking of playoffs, we got to end the show on this note. We got to end it here, man. Speaking of goddamn playoffs, we got to talk about a team that did make the playoffs, the college football playoffs, and that unfortunately is the Alabama Crimson Tide.
yeah.
So, Kalen DeBoer's first season, you know what I'm saying, it's officially come to an end. Can't believe we ain't did an episode about this. We kind of a couple weeks late, but fuck it, we here now. So, give me a grade you have for Kalen DeBoer in his first season as the head coach at Alabama.
I give it a C plus. I give it a C plus because the highs was high. You beat Georgia. You go to Baton Rouge and beat LSU by 30. You know what I'm saying? Just straight manhandled them, did them any kind of way you want to do them. You got good wins in there, but the lows were really low. With you losing to, and not to knock Vandy, because Vandy ended up having a decent football team this year.
Right.
But I didn't think that we would lose to them, you know what I'm saying, this year. I didn't see that. I don't think nobody saw that, you know what I'm saying? Then losing to a not so good Oklahoma team with all those players that was missing. They was missing a lot of players in that game. Then ending it losing to Michigan, another mediocre team, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of in the middle of it because I can't really say the man was just terrible because he won 9 games, man. 9-4 that's not bad, man. 9-4 is not bad. It's really not for your first season. Some people, hell, don't even get the 6 wins in their first season. You know what I'm saying? He won 9. You feel me? With what he was able to retain and keep, the players he was able to retain and keep, and the leaders in which kept the players there. I think he did the most he could do with what he had to work with. You know what I'm saying? And not to say he didn't have good players to work with, but player like Miro, he catered, you know what I'm saying, what he could. He did all he could, man. You know what I'm saying? He did all he could. He squeezed enough the juice you can squeeze out of there. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I can't really sit up here and say you need to fire the man this first season. No, that's stupid. And I hate people that comment and say stupid shit like that. I don't know. I'm not ready to call for the man job. Like, nah, I don't know. It's just the first season. Like, nah. But I was in the middle of it because it's like I say, he got highs and he got lows, man. So I say a C plus. You know what I'm saying? Could have been a better season. You know what I'm saying? It's in the past now. We here now, but I just don't like the way we ended, the way things ended, like losing to Michigan the way we did. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like, even though that's a game we usually don't play in, I just think we should have been a little bit more prepared than what we was. A lot more prepared than what we was. Yeah, I'm in the middle of it, man. It's a C plus for me. You know what I'm saying? He showed me highs, he showed me lows. Long as we still able to beat the good teams, I'm still on. I'm still on his. I see a bright side because we still able to beat good teams. So that's a plus right there. That got me like, okay, we can build off of that. We still can beat the good team. I don't think we're gonna keep losing to Vanderbilt, and if it's a sorry Oklahoma team every year. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna happen consistently every season. I think we're gonna end up beating those teams. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like you take the good with the bad, and to me, you end up with a C plus. I go with a C plus, man.
Okay. I'm giving DeBoer a B. I'm giving them a B, and then somebody would probably hear me say that and go, okay, he didn't watch the Michigan game. I did, and I get it. The Michigan game, the Oklahoma game, the Vanderbilt game, Tennessee game, doing your 4 losses. Out of those four, when you just hear those names, you wouldn't think Vanderbilt belongs in that sentence. I understand that. I don't think people understand what Kalen DeBoer inherited, because a lot of people look at it as if, oh, it's Alabama and Nick Saban left the program in tip-top shape, so he came in. And I hear that to a certain extent. You have to realize, man, DeBoer took over the job. Alabama lost 35, 36, 37 players to the transfer portal immediately. So first off, you got to scramble to put together a team to fill out your roster, because there were guys that left Alabama. I'm not following that because I'm not trying to take shots at the team that we had this year. There were guys that left Alabama that would have been starters or bare minimum key contributors to this year's team. And I think if the boy gets to hold on to some of those guys, we end up with a better record than 9-4, and we make the college football playoff. I will name the way. Let's start with the obvious. Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
Just start there. Guess what? Trey Amos went to Ole Miss. You have a lot of these guys leave Alabama. We don't hear from them no more. Every mock draft I've seen has Trey Amos as a projected first-round corner.
Yeah.
He balled at Ole Miss this year. Shout out to Trey Amos.
Yeah.
Could have used him. Not taking a shot at Damani Jackson or Xavier Brown. What I'm saying is Xavier Brown, being the freshman, probably would have been more of a rotational guy that turned out to be a full-time starter, which he came into his own and actually had a pretty good season, in my opinion. But nonetheless, you would have rather have this year, you would have rather had Trey Amos than Xavier Brown, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right? I'm be honest, man. It's hard. I can't do it with Bond. And I think Isaiah Bond is a decent wide receiver. I think he's a good player. I'm not taking shit from Isaiah Bond. But when I watched this year, I didn't think, damn, we miss Isaiah Bond. I'll be honest. He ain't better than Ryan Williams. I'm not sure if I would take him over Jared Bernard either, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think Isaiah Bond and Jared Bernard is more of a debate for me. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. But nonetheless, getting back to my original point. DeBoer, you had a lot of players leave, so you have to replace. Right? He got to scramble, put together a staff. You have a team come together. Kalen DeBoer's offense is catered around decision-making, point guard, distributing type of quarterback play. It's 2 types of point guards, 2 of them. And in basketball, it's 2 types of point guards. The distributor, the guy that gets everybody else involved, the pass first. I get my shots when they come to me. A la Chris Paul, a la Rajon Rondo, those types. Right?
Yeah.
Then you got the scoring point guard, the playmaking point guard, a la Derrick Rose, a la John Morant, Russell Westbrook, those types of point guards, right? Yeah. I think Jalen Milroe is more of a Westbrook, Derrick Rose point guard than a Chris Paul, Rajon Rondo point guard. Now, granted, when you put both of them together, then you got a super motherfucker playing point guard like LeBron.
Yeah.
It's different, right? So, I think off the rip, the marriage between DeBoer and Milroe was already kind of shaky, because it's like, I can't really do what I want to do because I know that don't fit you. And I commend DeBoer and Milroe for at least making it look extremely good for the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season. And they made it look better than people probably thought it could have. And I also salute Kalen DeBoer's loyalty to Jalen Milroe. And he did the same thing with Malachi Moore after the Vanderbilt meltdown that Malachi Moore had at the end of that game. So Kalen DeBoer might have been loyal to Jalen Milroe to a fault. I have no problem admitting that, because even while I'm an adamant Jalen Milroe supporter, whether he go in the NFL, I will monitor his career. I ain't gonna lie to you. I take him on the Saints just because I'm a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I think him versus Spencer Rattler versus Derek Carr could be a goddamn competition for me. Cause I know I ain't sold on Carr and Rattler. I still gotta see more, but I digress. Nonetheless, with DeBoer, he showed loyalty to Miro because you have to understand that while you're losing 30-some plus players, the people you kept, a lot of less due to Jalen Milroe, Malachi Moore, Tyler Booker, Deontay Lawson.
Yeah.
There's a reason why those were your 4 captains. So I appreciate DeBoer's loyalty. I think next year you're going to see more of a different style. The quarterback ain't going to get as long of a leash because the only thing that I hate about it is a lot of the discourse throughout the season during the game. Whenever you're reading your Twitter news feed and you see Bama fans going off and complaining about the game, I always have. Like I said earlier, man, we give quarterbacks too much credit and wins and too much blames and losses. I firmly believe that because while Milroe had his ups and his downs this year were really down. Like his downs this year versus his downs last year. Nope.
Yeah.
We got eyes. We can all goddamn see that. Right? I thought his highs were still high. I thought you described it very well one day when I heard you say he was a roller coaster player. And nobody hit you with an analogy. I said he's J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
When J.R. Smith on from 3, good night, Irene. Whenever J.R. Smith off, the LeBron beat.
Yeah.
I think that kind of describes Jalen Milroe in a way. Like, whenever he's good, he's great. Whenever he's bad, he's terrible. That much is known about it. But I give DeBoer a B because he made something work that I'm not sure he would have tried to make work unless he was in that particular circumstance.
Yeah.
Because Alabama in last year's when the game the year before 2023, the South Florida game, whenever Jalen Milroe didn't play, you saw a team play with very lackadaisical effort. They didn't care to be there because Milroe was that guy in the locker room, and they said, "Damn it, if you ain't gonna play Milroe, we don't give a fuck about being here today." And they did that with Nick. Imagine DeBoer pulling Milroe, and he didn't recruit a lot of those guys. He couldn't lose the locker room. So I get what he was doing. I think he was kind of forced to stick with Milroe, even though at one point, I'm pretty sure he wanted to pull him at one point. And at one point, he had to want to pull him at one point. He had to. But I understand why he did. So I give him a lot of credit for that because he stuck out to make something work that wasn't, exactly used to what he's working with. That's another thing. He's dealing with a play caller in Nick Sheridan, who I thought, A to an F. I would give Sheridan, you get a C minus, nigga. You might get a D. I'll be honest. But it's Nick Sheridan's first year being a play caller, first year as an OC, so you expect the struggles. Next year, if he's still there, we've been hearing rumbles about Ryan Grubb. We'll see whatever going on with that. But I expect that to be better next year. I thought DeBoer did a good job. But you're not finna hear me sit up here and just act like DeBoer was terrible. I can't do that. I can't. My man, go ahead, Ken.
And I say this, man. I just think DeBoer was running the system as if Nick was still there. I think he just ran it like if Nick was still on the sideline.
Yeah.
A lot of shit, like I say, he did. He was like, shit, I'm just gonna go off, what they did last year. I'm just gonna, may put a little different wrinkles in here and there, but I'm gonna run it like, like Nick would have been like if Nick was still coaching. That's what I think he did. You feel me? Like, let me just get through this year. That's basically what I think.
Yeah, for me, man, I find it downright comical when people act as if Alabama fans are in a frenzy or worried about the future of the program. Man, Alabama is in good hands. Generally, a coach worst year at a program is normally their first year. If DeBoer worst year gonna be 9-4, man, I am I'm excited to see what the future holds, especially when now he gets to recruit and use the transfer portal to fill out this team. He gets a full off season to do things that the way that he normally would do without being in such a damn rush. So I give DeBoer a ton of credit. And then let's call it what it is, man. He stepped into the shoes of the GOAT with the fan base that's spoiled. You have Alabama fans that legitimately thought Bama was going to win the national championship this year.
Yeah.
Legit. I'm talking about legitimately thought that. I never thought that. When we did our predictions preseason, I think I had Bama losing the second round of the playoff. Anyway, because they went in my Final Four. I had them getting to the playoff, beating whoever that I had them playing first and losing that second round. I had that anyway. So I'm not. Yeah. I didn't have us win the championship. I didn't even have us get to the Final Four.
Bama winning the net and went on my bingo card. I ain't gonna count.
No, it was not. No, it was not. No. So I just want people to sit back and let the man. I'm telling you, everybody sit back, man. Let's see what DeBoer can cook up whenever he gets a quarterback that fits more or less his style, his scheme, how he wants to run the offense. And I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like. In fact, in the next episode, we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and give a preview of next week's episode. We're gonna talk about, man, how do you think Alabama fans are gonna remember Jalen Milroe? Don't give no thoughts on it right now. I'm just putting that. I'm going to put that in your brain for a little bit. We're gonna talk about that a little bit next week. It'll be conference championship predictions, AFC, NFC championship. We gotta start talking about some type. Ain't no music really been dropping that I really been goddamn feeling up. I've really been wanting to talk about. So, but that's kind of all I got, man. Because I'm not finna get into the whole Drake suing Universal. I don't give a fuck about that to talk about. I don't really care. I don't care. Drake just trying to goddamn stop Kendrick. Drake is trying to stop Kendrick from performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. That's all this shit is.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck about that, man. I am done with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. I'm done with that.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I'm done with it. I don't care to hear about it. I'll be honest. It's annoying to me now that you can't even have a conversation about Drake without mentioning Kendrick. You can't have a conversation about Kendrick without mentioning Drake. It's annoying. Yeah. I haven't played a song from the beef in months. Not Like Us, Euphoria, Family Matters, Taylor Made Free. I ain't played none of that shit in months, man. I ain't listened to Like That in months. Future and Kendrick. Yeah. I'm cool on it. Like that's the thing with beefs, man. When the record it's fun for the time being. After a while, it's okay, yeah, nigga. I'm kind of playing out from there. Not that I don't write none of the songs no more. I'll be honest, I'm cool on Not Like Us. I just am. Just me.
Yeah.
I don't have to hear it no more.
Nah.
Like if Kendrick performed at the Super Bowl, cool. If not, I'm not gonna be mad. Like whatever. I ain't gotta hear it no more. But man, that's all I got for now on what I got for DeBoer's grade. Next week, I'll probably get even more into it whenever we talk about how the fans gonna remember Jalen Milroe. But man, that's all I got for this week, Fat.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, man. And this is No Excuses. And we out.